What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to do the last issue of Batman Kings of Fear, issue number 6 by DC Comics. Without further ado, we go in and, yeah, let's check it out. So we begin where we left off, and, and that's this. Batman is attacking Scarecrow because he's pissed off. And then Scarecrow is intimidated. He says, "I'm sorry, don't hurt me. I'm sorry, I don't deserve this," etc. And then Batman sees a hostage, and he says, "Why? I mean, looks so intimidating. Where is this light source coming from?" I know this is the artist's way of drawing Batman, and Kelley Jones, by the way. And who was the? Let me check. Who was the writer? Brandon Peterson. Let me real quick, without giving the ending away right away. Yeah, Scott Peterson. I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, Kelley Jones is the man. So Scarecrow says, "Why? What? Torture you? I'm a supervillain. That's what we do. It's one of the ways astute observers can identify us." He says, "Why did you try to get at your greatest fear again? I am the Scarecrow. It's kind of my thing. Besides, I figured if I could cure you, you wouldn't be the Batman anymore. And how great would life be without Batman?" And look at his face. It's so good. But then he noticed some kind of a change in Batman. He says, you had a breakthrough. And he wants to know what it is. He wants to know what he has seen. He said, "What is your big secret? What is driving you? What is your greatest fear? Come on, tell me. What is it? You really want to know?" "Yes, I need to know." And he's punching him in the face. And then Commissioner Gordon comes in, kicks in the door, and he says, "Nobody move." And then, Batman is already untying the hostage. And he says to him, "You good?" "Of course." "Sure?" "Yes." But then Batman says, "I'm going to take the Scarecrow and Kenneth Ree, that's the hostage, back to Arkham." And then, but Commissioner Gordon is not, agreeing with him. But he says, "What's happened? What happened?" So he says, "The Scarecrow showed me things. Were they real? Yes or no? They made me question everything." Well, that's not always a bad idea. To question your own motivations and decisions now and then. But letting the Scarecrow get to you, that is a mistake. He is the Scarecrow. Even when he's telling the truth, he's lying. Even when he was right, he's wrong. The hell with him. You hear me? And then Commissioner Gordon opens up to the Batman, and I really like this part, among other things. He says, I said, "I don't know if I ever said it, but you saved me. I could have done it all without you, any of it." And so basically he says, "I'd be dead by now without you." And then Batman does the disappearing thing again, and he says, "Thank you." That was great. So Batman is here already in the Batmobile, and he is now with the hostage. And so the hostage says, "What are you going to do to me?" "Why would I do anything?" says Batman. "Because you know." "Know what?" That you weren't really Scarecrow's hostage? You were his accomplice." "Yes." And okay, I didn't see that coming. So he had his own motivations, mostly family-related stuff or money stuff, etc. So the hostage says, "How did you?" "Because it's always something. There's always good reason, usually family. No one ever thinks of themselves as the bad guy. Is this it, then? Am I the bad guy now forever? That's up to you." And then also he says that the Scarecrow's going to have it in for me, isn't he? "Probably. God grant them peace." So he is here, and Scarecrow's in the trunk, and "Were you uncomfortable? Is stripping me of my dignity really so amusing to you? You sound paranoid, Doctor. It was simply a matter of logistics." "Oh, please, the trunk? Really, Batman? Consider it a metaphor. I think you, of all people, would be able to appreciate the irony here." Okay, so there were some jokes here. And so Scarecrow says, I know what happened. I mean, I don't know, not exactly, but I know something happened to you tonight. Something big. And I, the Scarecrow, shall discover precisely what it is then. But before he can say anything, Batman says, sit. And even the Joker comes in with some quippy remark. I mean, Kelley Jones can draw a very mean, intimidating Batman. And look at this, he's coming around the corner, and then this woman is stalled as she works here, and Batman apologizes. And she says, sorry I frightened you. No, you didn't. Well, I mean, yes, you did. But I've been hoping to run into you. You don't remember, do you? No. It's okay, I really didn't expect you to. I just thought. And so she says, how many mugging have you stopped? It must be in the thousands, right? I don't keep track. I bet you do. It was 5 years ago, around 1 a.m. when I was, but before she can say anything, Batman remembers 14th Street, near Robinson. October. That's right. I owe you my life. And then he says, well, I'm sure you would be okay. But she says, no, I wouldn't. And she was, coming from the Kubrick Film Festival. And then Batman was there to save her from some mugging or something like that. And she says, I still hear the sound sometimes in my dreams of what you did. And I wake up with my heart pounding and I'm filled with this fierce joy. That probably sounds horrible, I don't care. I'm an analyst here too, so I have access to police records. After that night, I did some digging. Do you know what the recidivism rate is in Gotham is? So basically, she said that the crime rate is down with 30% more than when it was before. It was 50, even 75%. So it's now around 30, and that it turns out a criminal stopped by the Batman, their recidivism rate is under 2%. Wow. Look at his face. And he says, you didn't know that, did you? And so basically she's thankful for him, but she also found a guy because of him. One was Samuel Sanchez. Ring a bell? Wait, Scalpel Sanchez? That's him. He used to carry knives. That was his trademark. Sammy never liked guns. So basically she says that she fell in love with him later, and that he did some bad stuff that he regretted, and mostly because of money reasons. But there was one time that he hooked up with the Riddler, and he knew it was a bad idea, and he wanted out. And he says, then you arrived. And then he doesn't like to talk about that, but he still has nightmares about it. At least once a month, he wakes up screaming. Batman says, I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm not. Neither does he. Or is he? His life changed that night forever, but not that way it might have. So basically, there was a time that, with the Riddler thing here, that Batman confronted him, and he says to him, it was his lucky night, and if he knew what was good for him, he turned himself in. He did. Went right to the police station. So he did time, and he learned how to make chairs, woodwork. And then she also said that they have a child now, and that without the Batman, they never run into each other, and their daughter was never born. And so basically, she also says a little bit like, thank you, but then he does the disappearing act again. Probably he thought that woman is talking too much, let's get the hell out of here. I'm joking. And then Batman is going away, and then some kids breaking in. Batman comes, does this with the crowbar, and he says, "Oh, we're sorry." So yeah, Batman does something that people. He's inspirational. That's what I'm trying to say. But then he comes in the Batcave, and then Alfred is here to wrap it all up, and he says, "Hey, how was your evening?" Well, it was dark night, very dark night, he says. But then Alfred says, hey, how are you? Are you all right? And Batman says, I'm fine. Are you sure? I said I'm fine. But then he's not. It was the Scarecrow. He got to me, Alfred. This time it really got to me. Master Bruce, what happened? He made me realize that all these years I've been wrong, that I ended up hurting the thing I love most. I assume you mean Gotham. So now here, this, like I said, there's a lot of layers here, and this part of Alfred I didn't know at all, and I was pleasantly surprised. So he says that he basically lived in Gotham his whole time, but he would giving up, and if there's a choice between Gotham burning to the ground or have Bruce live a long happy life, he would choose Bruce. Not only that, he said that I mean, look at this. He also said that he hated that Bruce became the Batman. That was his choice. He says, every night you leave and I'm forced to stay here in this cold, damn, wretched place in case you require my assistance. All the while I feel physically ill and find it difficult to think coherently until you return. When I dress your inevitable wounds and I see all the previous injuries, it's like a living echo of your innumerable brushes with death, a reminder of how close to dying you are every moment of every night. And I relive the terror and heartbreak anew every time. That is deep. And I didn't know that Alfred felt that way. So, to point it bluntly, Master Bruce, I hate the Batman. But then he also said, now, having said all that, to believe that you have not a positive effect on the city to which you have been devoted every waking moment of your life since that fateful night is absurd. It's utterly insane. Risk your neck each night if you must. And by now I know you must. But do not dare tell me you think it's all been for naught. Do not dare tell me that all we have sacrificed has been nothing but a mistake. I have put with much in our times together, but I will not stand for this. Wow. Amazing. And Bruce smiles, and then he gets a call that there's, some crimes happening, escapees from Blackgate. And so he jumps into the Batmobile and goes, doing his Batman stuff, helping innocent people and, rounding up criminals. Yeah, this is a fantastic comic book. Well written, beautifully drawn, and I must say it's also from 2018, when the downfall started, maybe a little bit after that. I'm very surprised that this comic was coming out, and it's this good. I like this dribble by Bendis. God. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's enjoy what we have here. 6-issue miniseries with Batman Kings of Fear. Definitely worth a buy. If you like Kelley Jones art and fantastic writing, big thumbs up. Guys, see you next time.